Good afternoon. Welcome to my presentation, Organizational Issues at WestMed Medical Group, brought to you by Smith. I started this slide with a quote. It says, conscious capitalism is a way of thinking about business that better reflects where we are in the human journey, the state of our world today, and the innate potential of business to make a positive impact. Okay, a little bit about WestMed. WestMed Medical Group is a large medical group based in Westchester, New York, now part of Summit Health and CityMD as of 2021. The medical group was founded in the early 90s by a group of doctors whose goal were to offer exceptional medical service in the Westchester area. Site locations for the medical group are set up to accommodate patients like a luxury hotel would accommodate their patrons. The company offers and facilitates and manage medical doctors' practices in numerous hospitals, financial management services to physicians, operate and manage all aspects of hospital, clinics, and site locations, operates its own in-office gap-based financial accounting team. All right. My relations and background with WestMed. I worked as a financial accountant for WestMed Medical Group for 5 years. During my time there have been several mergers, two acquisitions. I went through two managers and a pandemic. Um, I think after that, I can give a detailed and pristine evaluation of the issues that I saw there. Okay, so a major issue facing WestMed. Some of the issues that I thought WestMed was facing was a lack of conscious leaders, lack of servant leaders, didn't align well. It did not align with the overall higher purpose and ethics and morals, right? The company did not embody the tenets of higher purpose. Uh, the work became vaporous and shallow, right? Lacking meaning and gold. The focus seemingly became to appease or appeal to the board of directors, ignoring the stakeholders. My managers also was a bit of a micromanager. Sometimes taking control of my individual tasks and procedures. This definitely slowed me down. Um, and the reason why so is because these new tasks and procedures was not presented during the training, right? The dimension that I think WestMed is underperforming in, right? It's the enlist a volunteer army. And the reason why I chose this one, I actually went ahead and I got the description or the meaning from the book itself, right? And it says use all available channels to communicate the new version and strategy consistently. Large scale change can only occur when sufficient number of employees assess under a shared opportunity and drive in the same direction. Leaders must build excitement around the change, vision, opportunities that equates for forces and willing to act towards. And the reason why I chose this particular dimension was because it was a dimension that I think that WestMed is somewhat slacking in, right? And the reason why I say that is because I noticed that this dimension dealt mostly with leadership and following lead, right? So I did a bit of an analysis on the company, and this is just my analysis of what I've seen and things that I think that the company can do better. I says the difference between a flourishing business and an unsuccessful one is understanding make what it what it what it makes what it takes to pe understanding what it takes to make people thrive in the workplace, right? The study of people's action in organizational setting is known as organizational behavior. right? A conscious leader understands the concept of conscious capitalism. They are fully aware of the positive and negative side effects of conscious capitalism and can have on the progression towards the organization's higher purpose. Now, I chose to utilize these three bullets because these are just things that I think that the company during my time there could have instilled in themselves to make better opportunities and possibly make me a better conscious leader today, right? Analysis on the company continues. The higher purpose of the organization is no longer tied towards economic success and the interests of of the shareholders. Conscious capitalism creates um, ethically motivated leaders who are emotionally invested in the interests of shareholders involved in the company, right? The eighth step of leadership change, right? The leadership theory that I will utilize to effectively bring about like necessary changes at WestMed is the Hesser and Blanchard theory of leadership. This leadership theory suggests that leaders' behavior should vary in response to the readiness of the follower. The leaders' relationships behavior should start low, gradually increasing but decrease against a follower's readiness increase. The leader's task behavior should start high when followers' task readiness and continuously diminish as they gain readiness. The reason why I chose this theory is because this theory somewhat forces leadership to be conscious about how they lead or conscious about the structure of the business, right? And we'll have a leader that will slowly diminish their hold on the worker, right? As the readiness of the worker improves, as the worker improves himself, the leader can step back and somewhat first and foremost deal with that issue of micromanaging. I think if we instill this theory, I think micromanaging will slowly just disappear, right? Um, Leadership selection reasoning, right? And again, I did choose the Hersher and Blanchard theory of leadership because I chose this theory because I felt that it was the only leadership theory that leaders are conscious of the state of the followers. The theory aims to gradually adjust the best fit the physical and psychological needs of the follower, creating effective teams as a byproduct. I think that Hasher and Blanchard theory allows the development of technical and effective leaders, teams, while allowing a continued development of conscious capitalism as a group. Resolutions, right? I said I would first look to change the organizational structure and utilize the teachings and practices of job characters theory. The job characters theory is defined as focusing on the specifics of motivational properties of a job. It says, then I would try to evaluate the overall um, state of each employee to determine the type of job enrichment employment employees would be most responsive to. Um, I think the individual needs category of each employee should be assessed to better determine the best enrichment tactic to use. The reason why I chose the enrichment tactic is because even though it's an old theory, I think that it's a theory that works. I feel like if we look to enrich a role or enrich a particular job, it would then empower that employee to go above and beyond and become a conscious leader himself. Resolution continued, right? A motivational tactic a motivational tactic that I would encourage my employer to employ is job enrichment. Um, focusing on the job design that encumbers the three psychological statuses, and the three statuses are experiencing meaningful of the work, experience responsibility of outcome, and lastly, knowing the results. Improve the individual experience, will present formidable and cultural work environment. Each employees would conduct a weekly self-assessment of materials and ways to improve the experience, allocation process, and assignments and duties. I think I think right here these various tactics will work because each of them, first and foremost, looks to empower the employee, looks to create conscious leaders, and looks to also remove the whole micromanaging aspect. Right. So, in conclusion, conscious capitalism is a rudimentary take on the ideology of capitalism as it relates to the ethical decision making to boost synergy and refocus the team leads of organizations' higher purpose. Conscious capitalism relates to the relationships between capitalism and its impact on social environment. Conscious capitalism is said to be a way to think about capitalism and business that reflects where we are in the human journey. It is considered a state of the world today and organizes the inner potential of business with its abilities to harness intelligence, finances, and human resources to make a positive impact on the world. Right? Conscious leaders are individuals who strive above a norm to be emotionally and spiritually connected with the organization as a high purpose. Um, Conscious leaders are attentive not only to in not only to the interests of the shareholders, but are mainly focused on the needs of the stakeholders, actively interacting with the organization, right? Organization higher purpose is the fuel that keeps the drive of conscious leaders going. The higher purpose of the organization needs to be shared, stakeholder oriented, creating profit solutions while being self-sustaining and ethical. Thank you.